Hi, it is Thermal Imploder, and today, guys, I'm telling you the patch notes for Star Wars Battlefront 2 Season 2 Solo Part 2. A lot of words in there. But yeah, so pretty much we have the patch notes now are out, and yeah, I'll be telling you guys right now. So let's get started. Hi everyone, this month we're bringing you new content inspired by Solo, a Star Wars story. We're looking at new appearances for Han, Chewbacca, and Lando. 5 new appearances in total, with 4 of them being legendary. Talking about them doesn't really do them justice. You'll have to check them out yourselves. Not only appearances are new, we have a new location that we've added to the game. A Coxium mine on Kessel. This new location is available in a few game modes, but really shines in the newly added Extraction. This fan favorite game mode appeared in the first Battlefront, but it lends itself quite well to this new location. And finally, we bring you a new version of the Millennium Falcon, but not the one you know. This is the pristine version that Lando flew before Han got his hands on it. While similar to the other versions, it does support some unique flair all to its own. Rounding out all these new items are some major updates to the way in which you can view your characters. Following our change in the menus to remove holograms, we've extended that game into rounds in both the deploy and MVP sequences. Most exciting though is that you'll now be able to inspect each unit in the collection screen up close and personal. This is a great way to see all of these models in their full glory. We hope you enjoy looking at these as much as we did creating them. All of this on top of our normal round of balancing bug fixes. As usual, let us know your feedback on all the changes. The Star Wars Battlefront 2 team. New content appearances. Han Solo, Corellia Escape, Legendary. Han Solo, Beck Its Crew, Legendary. Lando Professional Sportsman, Legendary. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, but Raconcheer, Legendary. Chewbacca, Vendor Heist, Epic. Features: added Kessel as a new location, added new Extraction game mode, playable on Kessel and Jabba's Palace, added Kessel to Blast, Here's Your Son's Here Showdown, and Arcade, added Lando's Millennium Falcon as a playable vehicle, removed the holograms from the deploy and MVP screens, implemented a character inspector in the collection screens. Timed challenges are now displayed and accessible from the home screen. Heroes and Villains, Emperor Palpatine fixed an issue where the Chain Lightning ability was not doing damage. Captain Phasma, the First Order Sentry Droid, now only lasts for 5 seconds after Captain Phasma has been defeated. Lando Calrissian fixed an issue where the Disabler failed to stun enemies. Fixed an issue where the Disabler would sometimes affect friendlies. Rey fixed an issue where Rey could dash through a lightsaber block. Classes, special units, and vehicles. General fixed an issue where an equipped trooper appearance was not applied when deploying into vehicles. Lock-on system updated the lock-on logic to now warn a player whenever an item is locking onto them, not just when the weapon has already locked on. Assault combat roll is blocked for a brief period when activating Toughen Up so as to prevent discrepancies between animation, audio, and the ability's activation. Heavy fixed an issue where the Marksman star card incorrectly reset the sentry ability duration on headshot kills. Marksman is only intended to affect heat-based weapons. Give the ion torpedo 3 shots per magazine instead of 1 to make it more reliable against air targets. Increase ion torpedo damage to make it more reliable against vehicle overall. Officer slightly reduced damage of the SE-44C and Blurg 1120 with the intention to make these less viable in a situation where an assault rifle should be better suited. Slightly reduce the flash duration of the flash grenade. Fix an issue where the improved flash grenade inadvertently caused a longer flash duration than the default version. Specialist health changes. We've increased specialist health to be in line with the officer and assault classes. The intent with this change is to bring the specialist kill/death ratio up in line with the other trooper classes and give specialists the chance to improve their average score per minute, as both values were the lowest of all the classes. Base health increased from 100 to 150. Health regeneration per second decreased from 60 to 30. Sprint recovery. When looking at the specialist, one thing to note is that the intended gameplay is not for players to sprint and fire. As such, we've slightly increased the sprint recovery penalty with all specialist primary weapons. This now means that a specialist will be somewhat slower to fire the first shot with their primary weapon when coming out of a sprint. It should also give other classes, except heavy, a slight advantage when sprinting around a corner and suddenly meeting an enemy specialist. For reference, the sprint recovery speeds are stack ranked per weapon type as follows: pistols, officer; rifles, assault; long blasters, specialist; heavy blasters, heavy; aerials, reduce deploy time on rocket launchers from 1 to 0.8 seconds to make timing from activation to firing snappier; increase the time the player has control over the jump pack, giving them a better air control while in air. Game modes and locations: Galactic Assault, fix an issue on PC where after shooting the MTT with Ion Disruptor, applying the objective scoring event was shown after each respawn. Improve player rewards for completing objectives on the map. Arcade, fix an issue where the last stand effect is not working on Jabba's Palace if one enemy was killed before dying. Fix an issue with Starfighter Arcade, the end of round screen, where after a round of Starfighter Arcade having completed the challenge summary screen was blank. Fix an issue on co-op battle scenarios where the enemy AI didn't engage the player at first sight. Fix an issue in Starfighter Arcade Onslaught where if one of the players was in the deploy screen after being defeated, time and kills were not tracked for either player. Fix an issue in the tutorial mission where the AI would randomly die without any reason. Fix an issue in the split screen where one of the players would not be able to deploy with any character if both players tried to deploy with the same hero at the start. Heroes vs. Villains. Fix an issue on Takedana where Boba Fett could reach an invisible collision platform behind the castle where no other hero could get to. Fix an issue where players were sometimes respawn near enemies. Hero Showdown revised the HUD to show the timer permanently and changed the countdown timer circle to count each second when there is 3 seconds left. Now if time ends and both teams have the same score, to draw. Jetpack Cargo revise the HUD to show the timer permanently and change the countdown timer circle to count each second when there is 30 seconds left. Now if time ends and both teams have the same score, to draw. Added a kill log. Ewok Hunt polished the Ewok jump attack. Updated audio near the end of match to build up when the shuttle comes. Reduced the starting score bonus for the first Ewok. Created a different crosshair color when under the effects of Violent Horn. Revised crate pickup locations so that there are less weapons in the cave. Fix an issue where sometimes a stormtrooper would change to an Ewok after dying by his own grenade. Decrease the HUD interaction area so that Ewoks don't activate the HUD entrance by accident. Added in world markers to the treetop exits for Ewoks to provide a better understanding of which door to take. Locations: improved the combat area for both Hero Showdown and Heroes vs. Villains on Endor. Improved the spawn area for Imperials on Hoth during Strike. Fix an issue where jumping up and on and behind some pipes would get the player stuck on Jabba's Palace. Fix an issue where Yoda could get stuck between a Rancor body and the cave wall of Jabba's Palace. Added the missing Gamorrean guards in Jabba's Palace. General changes: added animation to the XP bar when ranking up. Implemented additional matchmaking information in the end of round. Fixed an issue on consoles where players could encounter an infinite black loading screen if quitting the server when the planet was shown during the end of round. Fixed an issue on PC where Chewbacca couldn't use any emote in arcade if the Wookiee smuggler appearance was equipped. Adjusted the credit payout for time spent in match by reducing time bonus by 20% in order to give more weight to actions during the match. So yeah, pretty much that is a lot, but that is pretty much the patch notes for Season 2 Part 2. I personally say I really like how they're adding a lot more content, because I feel like the start of this season was really plain content-wise. We didn't really get much content. Honestly, though, I do have to say that I feel like they should have added more maps than just what they're adding. But yeah, hopefully they can add more in the next one, and who knows, maybe there's going to be a part 3. But yeah, so thanks for watching this video. Like the video to help support the channel, and consider subscribing for a lot more Star Wars content. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.